इसलिए लेकिन मेजॉरिटी ऑफ प्राइवेट सेक्टर की वो भी है, हम ये भी प्रॉब्लम है, हम ये करेंगे। नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन बता रहा है ये उसके बाद चले लोगों ने और दोबारा आगे बच्चे मैंने कहा ना, इट इज गुड टू डू समथिंग, इट्स नॉट। थैंक यू बेटा। ये म्यूट किया हुआ है या अनम्यूट है इसको? तो यहाँ से अनम्यूट किया ये एक सेकंड में। अच्छा जी, मेरी म्यूट हो गया। अब हम दोनों सुन सकते हैं एक दूसरे की आवाज। बच्चों को म्यूट किया हुआ, जरा अनम्यूट कर देना। मैंने कहा नहीं पैसा काम तो दे। Hello students. Rafia Aziz, are you there? Hello. Rafia, are you there? Minahil Akram. Can you listen me? Anyone can answer? Hello. कितने पार्टिसिपेंट थे इसमें? 91। तो वैसे उन्होंने चैट बॉक्स में डाल दिया होगा, सुनने के लिए पता नहीं कितने होते हैं, पता वो नहीं है ना। किसी का नाम लेके बुलाते हैं, किसी का ही बुलाते हैं। अक्सा इकराम, are you there? अरीबा राठौर, आयशा अरशद, बिलाल अमीन, कोई भी नहीं है।
यस सर सर अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहे थे एक्चुअली पहले कोई भी।
अच्छा, अब कैन यू लिसन मी?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before I start, in fact, I wanted to tell you that it is raining in Lahore, so there might be some problem in the connectivity of internet, and the 5 minutes wasted because immediately after second lecture, or that was the first lecture, there was an electricity shutdown. So there will be a problem. I wanted to tell all of you. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We start with it. Unmute करते हैं बेटा, रहने दे, कोई नहीं, कौन सा को बोलते हैं। Well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We talked about the general immunology, immune system. What is an immune system, and what are the components of immune system? The differences between immunity, which is cell mediated, which is innate immunity, and the acquired immunity. And out of the acquired immunity, two types of immunities, that is cell mediated and antibody mediated. So that was the normal immune response, and normal how to acquire immunity, differences, tabulate the differences. So many questions they can come from general immunology, which we talked about in first three session. The session on Thursday was a combined session of 2 lectures. This is the 4th one. So I told you that if the immune response is overreactive, excessive, or exaggerated, the result is hypersensitivity reactions. So you can call that hypersensitivity reactions are those reactions in which there is an overactivity of immune system. If the normal immune system is there, I'm sure all of you must be remembering first law of Newton, and that was that if everything remains in motion and or stationary, you can call it, and unless a force is applied. If a force is applied, it will keep on moving till it cannot stop. Only it stops when there is a resistance. So there are two forces. One is the application of force and the other is the resistance. Same is true for immune system. Once it is initiated, it does not mean that the immune system will remain activated throughout the life. Once the problem is solved, for example, if there is dust allergy and you treat it and the problem is solved, there are no antigens or all the allergens or antigens have been removed, then the immune system will stop working. That is called immune system is also limited. It is not, the phenomena is not like that, that once a foreign antigen or a self antigen or any protein substance, allergens usually I told you that they are antigens are phospholipids or lipids or polysaccharides. I'm sorry, proteins or polysaccharides. So, or carbohydrates, you can say. So, once these allergens or they initiate the immune complex, so the immune complex either normally will damage and destroy the antigen, or it can take three pathways. One was overactive pathway, which we call hypersensitivity reaction. So, you can call them diseases. Overreaction is a disease. So similarly, it may be immunodeficiency, that the system is deficient, or the third thing is misdirected. It is directed against your own cells and you call autoimmunity. So these are the three abnormal pathways, and the first one is hypersensitivity reactions. Hypersensitivity reactions, number one is antigen. It could be exogenous or endogenous. I have already told you. Number two, I told you that the immune system has got its own limits. So there is an imbalance between initiation of immunity and, or you can say the response, immune response. There is an imbalance between immune response and the mechanism which limits it. So if the immune response is overreactive and the resistance is less, you can say it keeps on going and disease is there. So that is, can you see the next slide, please? Okay, there are four different types of hypersensitivity reactions. Number one, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. They are written as in Roman letters. Type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. So we will take up type 1 and type 2 in today's session. That is the first type or type 1 is called immediate hypersensitivity reaction. Here it is written, it may be local. So the output of the disease may be a local disease or a systemic disease. One system may be involved or multiple systems may be involved. So local reaction may be there, number one. Number two, systemic. If systemic, it may be one organ involved or one system involved, like asthma, respiratory system is involved, allergic rhinitis, your nose or nasal mucosa, and that is involved. So a part of the system or the whole system may be involved. And number three, many systems may be involved, and that is anaphylaxis. So type 1 or immediate type hypersensitivity, which is IgE related. I told you that there are two types of immunity. One is the innate and the other is acquired, adaptive. Adaptive immunity may be do aage hain. One is cellular immunity, the other is antibody mediated immunity. Remember type 1, type 2 and type 3. These reactions, they are antibody mediated reaction. Antibody mediated adaptive immune response, hyper response. And type 4 is cell mediated hyper response. ये बच्चे तो respond नहीं करते, पता नहीं म्यूट किए गए. हाँ खोल दे, नहीं बोलते कोई ऐसी मुझे पता है. बच्चे जो है ना वो आपने अलाउ करते ताकि मैं वो पूछता हूँ कभी तो कोई एक आध तो जवाब दे देना. So we were talking about that type 1, type 2 and type 3. These are
Sir, slide share नहीं हो रही.
The
स्लाइड शेयर नहीं हो रही सर।
So don't worry, this slide is showing all 4 types of hypersensitivity reactions.
अब हो रही है?
सर पहली बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम लिखी हुई है बस।
मूव ही नहीं करती स्लाइड आपके। अब उस दिन भी आपने उन्हें बुलाया था, क्या पैथोलॉजी में क्या चक्कर है कि जब लेक्चर लेते हैं सिर्फ पहली स्लाइड पे फर्क रह जाता है और कुछ नहीं।
अब हो रही है?
नो।
बिलाल बात कर रहे हो?
जी जी।
अब देखना।
अब हो रही है, अब हो रही है।
Challenge. This is the second slide in which I was telling that all 4 types are shown over here, but remember this slide will be shown to you again and again as we are talking about type 1, type 2, type 3 hypersensitivities. They are mediated by antibodies. And antibodies, which antibodies? I have already told you there are 5 types of antibodies. I usually repeat the previous lecture as well, sometimes few words, so that you can re-memorize them. So there are 5 types of immunoglobulin. You have read it in the subject of physiology as well, that is IgG, IgM, IgA, and D and E. So this all 3 are antibody mediated, whereas this 4th one is cell mediated or T lymphocyte mediated or delayed hypersensitivity response. This response can be tested in the laboratory. You can give a cutaneous injection. Anaphylaxis, I told you that the response or immune response of type 1 hypersensitivity reaction may be a local or it may be systemic, or it may be in the form of that the whole body is affected and there is anaphylaxis, or many systems they are disturbed. So we will talk about IgE, which is in fact IgE mediated hypersensitivity भी आप इसे कह सकते हैं। Immediate type of hypersensitivity भी इसका नाम है और type 1 hypersensitivity भी यही है। अब इसमें ये 2-3 लफ्ज यहाँ पे लिखे हुए हैं। One is atopy. Atopy is in fact the people, the persons who are sensitized, they are said to be atopic. So the sensitized people are atopic. They have got predisposition to allergic response or hypersensitivity reaction against the some of the antigens. Talking, if you see, can you see this slide now?
Yes sir.
Okay. Immediate, it is written over here that this ये जो reaction है, it is remember IgE mediated. So आपको what you need to remember for SCQs, even for MCQs or whatever, जो आपको key points हैं, जो core knowledge है, वो याद रखना है हर सूरत। I told you the 3 names: type 1 hypersensitivity, immediate type hypersensitivity, or IgE mediated allergic reaction or hypersensitivity reaction. It is the same. इसमें होता क्या है? इस तस्वीर में you can say this is a normal person. This person is born with a predisposition to allergen. Although you can call an atopic individual, but he is normal. There is no allergic reaction seen over here. अब ये एक allergen है, एक insect bite समझते हैं आप. Once the allergen enters into the body of this person, it is stung for the first time. What happens is it has got the potential to produce antibodies against that allergen. So which type of antibodies? Sure, you know, IgE type of antibodies. And IgE antibodies, they are released by the mast cell. So you can say there is an activation of mast cell. So re-exposure, this is first exposure. Here there is no response. It only will lead to synthesis and release of immunoglobulin E from the mast by the degranulation of mast cells. This is third way when there is a stung or the insect bites for the second time. Already there is the mast cells which are sensitized mast cells. So release of this mast cells will degranulate and release chemical mediators. There are 2 types of chemical mediators. One is called primary chemical mediators and the other is called secondary chemical mediators. So you can see over here that if you go back to the first slide, normal person. The second is the this is an atopic person. But first reaction to the antigen is that it will lead to synthesis of immunoglobulin E against that allergen, and those antibodies they join with the mast cells. Mast cells have receptors. And those mast cells they have got an affinity for Fc fragment of IgE. तो ये जो mast cell वो जब sensitized हो जाता है तो ये degranulation दूसरी दफा when there is re-exposure to the same antigen, what will happen? The mast cell will, the cytoplasm will release granules, and the granules of cytoplasm will release chemical mediators. The next slide में ये दिखाया गया है कि what is basically the true mechanism. This is the plasma cell. So CD4, this helper 2 cell. CDH2, CD4 we talked about in cell-mediated immunity, and helper 2 cells are those cells जिनमें major histocompatibility complex molecule class 2 type are excluded on the surface. So major MHC, I will now use the word MHC. MHC class 2 activates the helper 2 cells. And helper 2 cells, they secrete interleukin 4, and that will join with the plasma cell having an allergen on it. अब ये जो plasma cell है having antibodies and an allergen, ये antigen है, ये antibody है, और ये plasma cell है. तो इसकी सरफेस पे when antigen antibody complex जब मिल जाता है तो जो phenomenon है या pathogenesis है वो ये है कि CD4 helper 2 type of cell जो कि responsible होते हैं to activate the plasma cells, कैसे activate होते हैं? They release interleukin. तो ये complex, that is CD4 helper 2 cells and interleukin 4 one side, and the second side attachment with the plasma cell having antigen and antibody. So there are 5 things: plasma cell with antigen and antibodies on its surface, CD4 helper 2 cell which releases interleukin, CD4 helper 2 cells, interleukin 4, specific allergen or antigen, antibodies against that, that is also specific antibodies. So plasma cell ko it transforms into 2. Either it becomes a memory cell. Memory से मुराद ये है कि वो plasma cell now can memorize the allergen. There are some clones of plasma cells, they become the memory cell. और अब ये cells further exposure जब होगा तब क्या होगा? They will release IgE or degranulation. Degranulation, the plasma cell leads to synthesis, rather the word should be used, of immunoglobulin E, and that IgE has the Fc component of immunoglobulin. What is a Fc? I told you last time, if you recall the knowledge of physiology, there are heavy chains of light chains and variable and constant factors. So Fc means constant. So constant जो terminals होते हैं, they have got the affinity for the mast cells, and when this Fc receptor and IgE, that will activate mast cells to lead for degranulation, and degranulation से क्या होता है? It releases chemical mediators, or when the chemical mediators are related and they go into circulation, they can affect the smooth muscles, blood vessels, mucous membranes, platelets, and sensory endings. Well, this is a mast cell. Now we are talking about the chemical mediators. For this slide, you only need to remember it is not the first exposure. That is, the re-exposure of allergen is required. The slide was shown because of this. Number 2, the pathogenesis. How the mast cells they lead to release of different chemical mediators. This is the different chemical mediators. So every slide carries one question. Chemical mediators or primary mediators and secondary mediators. So the question can be enlist the mediators of type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. तो इसमें ये तीन तरह के होते हैं. You can see it. This is the mast cell in the center, nucleus, cytoplasm, and this is the receptor, and this is the antibody, and this black is the antigen. Antigen plus IgE, when it, as was shown in the previous slide, the degranulation leads to release of chemical signaling for degranulation, and degranulation से तीन से आप देख सकते हैं channel, number 1 channel, number 2 channel, and number 3. These two are in the cytoplasm. This regulates the mediators are released after gene activation. ये न्यूक्लियस में है क्योंकि इसलिए जीन एक्टिवेशन होगा, उस जीन एक्टिवेशन से देयर विल बी रिलीज ऑफ secreted cytokines. So there are three things. One is the histamine written over here, that is a vasoactive amine. So vasoactive amine, histamine, इसके actions क्या है? Usually, as it was shown in the previous slide, it leads to this here on blood vessels. There it leads to vasodilation and contraction of smooth muscles and release of mucus from the mucus gland. So these are the three reactions, main common reaction of histamine. But the other thing is there is a release of the mediators में जो दूसरा है वो proteases and hydrolases. Hydrolases slide में नहीं लिखा हुआ है, but hydrolases is another enzyme. I'm sure most of you जिन्हें एलर्जी कभी हुई हो, एलर्जिक राइनाइटिस हो, तो राइनोरिया जो होता है, राइनोरिया means flow of mucus from the nose. Rhinomy is the word from this nose. Rhinorrhea, that is the flow of mucus, and that is watery mucus. I'm sure कभी किसी को एलर्जिक राइनाइटिस अगर हुआ हो या आपके हेल्थ के किसी ने देखा हो, तो वो जो sneezing करता है और all the time tissue papers जो यूज करता है, तो that is because of hydrolases and proteases. So mucous membrane जो proteases और hydrolases की वजह से it becomes very thin, तो उसकी viscosity कम हो जाती है. And third type of chemotactic factors, so histamine और proteases के function मैंने आपको बता दिए, और chemotactic factors, that is necrotic chemotactic factors or extracellular factors. The necrotic, they in fact they are against the necrotic cells to remove the necrotic material, जो कि phagocytosis या किसी और phenomenon. I told you last time also that phagocytosis is the main or inflammation, and all those processes they are initiated by the allergic reaction. तो ये कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर्स में इसके अलावा जो है वो आप जो सेकेंडरी मीडिएटर्स हैं, कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर्स का काम क्या है? कीमोटैक्सिस, एज द वर्ड इज टेलिंग यू. और कीमोटैक्सिस कैसे करते हैं? वो कीमोटैक्सिस मींस अट्रैक्शन. एंड what do they attract? They attract the neutrophils, the monocytes, the eosinophils to deal with the allergy. So chemotactic factors are the chemical mediators which are amongst the primary chemical mediators released from the mast cells. What do? They attract the neutrophils for phagocytosis. They attract the monocytes so that the monocytes are converted into macrophages. And macrophages क्या करते हैं? वो भी engulfment and destruction or removal of the allergen, वो भी यही काम करते हैं. And eosinophil, तो eosinophil भी आमतौर पे एलर्जिक और पैरासिटिक इन्फेक्शन इसमें होते हैं, ये मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था. Whenever there is raised eosinophil count in the blood, think of some allergic reaction or that is second is parasitic. Allergic, so there are thousands of allergies, even there could be a drug reaction. So chemotactic factors, they attract those cells to deal with the allergen. The secondary mediators में ये होता है कि there is a signaling activation of phospholipids and signaling activation of cytokines. ये जो phospholipids हैं, ये this phospholipid A2 कहलाते हैं. इसका काम है to release arachidonic acid, and this arachidonic acid may be again leukotrienes C4 and B4. जो leukotrienes C4 and B4 हैं, they with the help of C complement 5 and complement 3, they are responsible for so इसमें I told you this is type 1 hypersensitivity reaction जिसमें IgE mediated होता है. लेकिन जो complement 4 and 5 ये arachidonic acid जो है it leads to secretion of leukotrienes, और leukotrienes में C4 and D4 they are responsible, they bind to the mast cell receptors of the whole body, and जितने mast cells involved होंगे उतना ज़्यादा anaphylaxis होगा, vasodilation होगी, hypotension. When there is a vasodilation, particularly in the periphery, what happens is there is pooling of blood in the periphery and there is less blood flow towards the heart. So blood pressure falls and there is hypotension and anaphylaxis. आगे हम जाके देखते हैं कि उसमें और भी बहुत कुछ होता है. The second thing is the leukotriene B4. This leukotriene B4 with the help of complement 5A and 5B. CD they work with the help of complement C3B and C4. लेकिन जो leukotriene B4 है वो along with complement 5A and 5B that leads to अब जो leukoC4 and D4 का काम है वो that is increased vascular permeability, smooth muscle contraction, और B4 का काम आमतौर पे जो है वो secretion of mucus from the glands है. So another thing is prostaglandin 2 that is also released, and that prostaglandin 2 leads to release of is also responsible for bronchospasm. So prostaglandin D2 is usually increased in when there is a bronchospasm. And you know bronchospasm, where in which disease bronchospasm is there? Broncho means bronchi. So there is asthma. Asthma में prostaglandin 2 D2 लेवल बढ़ जाता है. तो इनका इन मुख्तलिफ केमिकल मीडिएटर्स का मुख्तलिफ फंक्शन है. इसी तरह सीक्रेटेड जो साइटोकाइंस हैं वो भी साइटो मींस सेल काइंस मींस केमिकल मीडिएटर्स, सो दे आर सीक्रेटोगॉग्स आप यू कैन कॉल देम. तो साइटोकाइंस का वही फंक्शन है दैट इज कीमोटैक्सिस. और कीमोटैक्सिस कौन से सेल्स की? आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू न्यूट्रोफिल्स, इओसिनोफिल्स एंड मोनोसाइट्स और मैक्रोफेजेस. So this was how what happens in type 1 hypersensitivity allergic reactions. और अब हम आते हैं इसकी पैथोजेनेसिस के बाद etiology, pathogenesis, how does the mechanism operates in type 1 hypersensitivity or type 1 hypersensitivity में. Now we are coming on to the clinical features. Clinical features थोड़े से इसलिए बताने पड़ जाते हैं कि आपको पता हो. अब बात करेंगे हम कि एक तरफ एलर्जेंस हैं, दूसरी तरफ से हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी रिएक्शन. एलर्जन कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं? ये बहुत दीज आर द डिफरेंट प्रोटीन्स, फॉर एग्जांपल फॉरेन सीरम और वैक्सीन. प्लांट्स में आपको पता है ग्रास, फ्रैगमेंट, और देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्लांट्स फॉर व्हिच दिस timothy grass and sometimes this type of grass is not found in our country, but so you can say the plant pollens. तो पोलन एलर्जी आपने बहुत कॉमनली सुना होगा. ड्रग्स, पेनिसिलिन. अच्छा, रिमेंबर ऑलवेज जिस ड्रग से हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी एक्सपेक्टेड हो उसके लिए टाइप 4 हाइपर सेंसिटिव रिएक्शन पहले ट्राई करना चाहिए. So what you need to do is whether the person is penicillin, अगर पेनिसिलिन लगाए उससे पता लगे वो सारे के सारे मास्ट सेल्स जो हैं they have started releasing the chemical mediators and the patient has gone into anaphylaxis and the patient may you may lose a person. तो ऐसी सी ड्रग जो जैसे सल्फोनामाइड्स हैं, sometimes anesthetics and salicylates, they can also perform reactions. I have recently seen a reaction to salicylates in a female who had a fever and she thought she has got corona, and she asked the clinician क्लिनिशियन ने जो सैलिसिलेट्स होते हैं दे आर द टेम्परेचर लोअरिंग ड्रग्स, तो उनसे कहा कि आपको एस्पिरिन इज द बेस्ट सैलिसिलेट, यूज दैट। तो उन्होंने 1 या 2 गोलियां एस्पिरिन की खाई, शी हैड एलर्जी, शी वाज सेंसिटिव टू सैलिसिलेट्स। तो इस ये जो ड्रग्स हैं, इन ड्रग्स के लिए आपको पहले कुटेनियस रिएक्शन देखना पड़ता है। तो प्रिपेयर्ड पेनिसिलिन इंजेक्शन का 1 ड्रॉप आप कुटेनियसली इंजेक्ट करके देखते हैं, अगर वहाँ फ्लेयर बन जाए, अर्टिकेरिया या रैश हो जाए, तो इसका मतलब यह है द पेशेंट इज sensitized and patient can have systemic और एनाफाइलैक्सिस। अगर वो पहले से ही फैमिली प्रीडिस्पोजिशन है उसे अस्थमा की, तो क्या होगा? जाहिर है वो अस्थमा पहले तो नहीं था, आपकी पेनिसिलिन या सल्फोनामाइड ड्रग देने से एकदम उसे अस्थमेटिक अटैक। There are certain foods, nuts, seafoods, eggs, peas, and milk. People, I have seen people, this is not, sometimes there is a wheat, जो है वो भी it can act as an allergen, and enteropathy आमतौर पे हो जाती है जिनमें wheat allergy. So there are patients who can have wheat allergy as well. So food में nuts, seafoods, eggs, peas, beans और milk के अलावा I have also I am also known to a person who had allergy to eggs. So वो जो अंडे जब भी अंडा खाता था तो उसके जो आर्टिकुलर रैश हो जाता था, तो होंठ हैं वो सूज जाते थे, just like this. So insects में bee, wasp, chunti, cockroaches, dust mites, snake. So everything cannot be written over here. स्पोर्स में एनिमल हेयर, अक्सर लोग पेट्स पालते हैं और उनके नहलाते धुलाते हैं, तो उनके हेयर में भी एट टाइम्स एलर्जी इज देयर एंड योर हैंड्स में शो एलर्जी. सो इफ देयर इज अ हैंड एलर्जी और एक्सट्रीमा यू सी ऑफ द हैंड, यू शुड आस्क अ क्वेश्चन कि आपके घर में पेट तो नहीं है जिसे आप बड़े प्यार करते रहते हैं या नहलाते धुलाते. बहरहाल the diseases, common diseases, for example drugs or serum venom. Venom means जो सांप के काटने से जो जहर होता है उसे venom. तो ये allergens they usually lead to systemic anaphylaxis. तो अभी मैंने बताया था penicillin can lead to anaphylaxis. There are many other drugs which can lead to anaphylaxis. There can be a snake bite can lead. Sometimes insect, the wasp bite can lead to anaphylaxis. And usually the route of entry in this case is intravenous. आप intravenous penicillin दे, 2 मिनट के बाद anaphylaxis हुआ, 15 मिनट बाद मरीज आपके हाथ से निकल गया. अच्छा, इसी तरह जो लोकल, मैंने कहा था कि 2 तरह के क्लिनिकल फीचर्स होते हैं, लोकल एंड सिस्टम. लोकल में feel and flare reaction. This is food allergy, urticaria. इसमें आमतौर पे vomiting, diarrhea, swollen lips. तो ये food है ऊपर, ये नट्स वगैरह दिखाए हैं. और इसी तरह एक्जिमा, एलर्जिक राइनाइटिस, राइनोरिया, आमतौर पे ये पोलन्स वगैरह से होता है. और ये जो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम बिकॉज द रूट ऑफ एंट्री इज रेस्पिरेटरी, इट इज पोलन एलर्जी, डस्ट एलर्जी और अदर फॉरेन बॉडीज, they can be called out of that. ब्रोंकियल एस्थमा आमतौर पे आपको अक्सर पता होगा कि एस्थमेटिक अटैक्स सीजनल होते हैं. सीजनल से मुराद भी ये होता है मौसम बहार में, जब बहार आती है तो फूलों पे भी निखार आता है और पोलन्स वगैरह उसी में, और इस सीजन में आमतौर पे एस्थमेटिक पेशेंट्स ज्यादा हो. रूट ऑफ एंट्री ऑब्वियसली ये जो आपकी फूड एलर्जी है वो ओरल होगी. ये ब्रोंकियल एस्थमा, राइनाइटिस और हे फीवर ये रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम से रिलेटेड हैं. सो रूट ऑफ एंट्री इनहेलेशन होगी. फील एंड फ्लेयर, मैंने कहा था इंसेक्ट बाइट हो, उससे अर्टिकेरियल रैश बॉडी पे आ जाए या ड्रग से आ जाए, सो वो सब कुटेनियस होगा. और इंट्रावीनस हो तो वो फिर एनाफाइलैक्सिस. दिस इज ऑल दीस डायग्राम्स. द नेक्स्ट डायग्राम इज एनाफाइलैक्सिस. एनाफाइलैक्सिस में होता क्या है, लोकल भी और सिस्टम सिम्टम्स होते हैं और सिस्टेमिक. So they may be running nose, conjunctival swelling of the lips, tongue or heart. More important are that there is as vasodilation. So vasculature में जब vasodilation होगी, there will be pooling of blood and less flow of blood to the heart. और इससे क्या होगा, जो Central nervous system, I have already told you hypertension and fall of blood pressure. Respiratory system is shortness of breath, wheezing, cough, and central nervous system is the patient has headache and confusion. Why there is headache and confusion? Obviously, when there is less flow to the blood flow to the brain, the person is confused and has headache. Sometimes इतना ज़्यादा जब उसे ग्लूकोज बिल्कुल ही ना मिले, ब्लड से ही ग्लूकोज जाता है. When the blood flow is very less, so there is the patient may go into coma or and lose this consciousness. और उसकी कंडीशन में अगर आप हाइपरटेंशन कंट्रोल न करें तो पेशेंट हाथ से निकल सकता है. और जीआईटी में दूसरी तरफ से वॉमिटिंग डायरिया भी हो, अगर पेशेंट एक आपको हिस्ट्री देता है जिससे ये शक पड़े कि देयर इज एन इंडक्शन ऑफ इंट्रावीनस एलर्जन, तो इमीडिएटली उसे होगा क्या कि वॉमिटिंग डायरिया शुरू होगा, उससे भी वॉल्यूम कम हो जाए. रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम्स होंगी और सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम. सो देयर आर 4 मेन सिस्टम्स व्हिच आर इन्वॉल्व. यू कैन से हैव आपके स्किन के ऊपर अगर हाइव्स, इचिंग और फ्लशिंग और अर्टिकेरियल रैशेस हो, पेल्विक पेन की कंप्लेंट हो और पेशेंट बताए कि मुझे तो बहुत क्रैम्प्स पड़ रहे हैं, डायरिया है, वॉमिटिंग है, and all these they are also joined with respiratory problems, central nervous system problems, and so these 4, this cardiovascular system, respiratory system, central nervous system, GIT. So you can think of the things might start with skin and GIT, leading to hypertension and heart failure, and along with dyspnea and this coma or and loss of consciousness, coma, and the patient may die. So this was type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. And this is all about type 1, type 2, 3, 4. We will talk about in our next session. And the time is already 6 minutes past. And thank you very much. And take care of yourself and your families. Thank you.